Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Of course, my name is Nick and I'm the host of these shenanigans here. And we do talk toys and pop culture of all kinds, and sometimes, just sometimes, we talk a little shit about other subjects. But today what we're going to do, in lieu of WrestleMania fast approaching and us doing wrestling figure reviews to celebrate that, I have a banger of a figure for you guys. And this figure's goal is not to finish the story, but to be the middle of the story that needs finished. I was able to pick up the WWE Elite Series 103 Stardust figure. Now, if you don't know who Stardust is, about midway of Cody Rhodes' first WWE run, he adopted this melodramatic character as basically the polar opposite brother of Goldust, which is his actual brother, Dustin Rhodes. And Stardust, in all his merriment, mirth, and intriguing insanity, was actually a pretty cool gimmick. I'm sure Cody would rather forget that, but I mean, I actually quite enjoyed Stardust, guys. I mean, I can't really complain about that. So what I'll do is we'll get to that review, but first what I want you to do for me is go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you know when I post more if you like the content. Now, it doesn't cost you anything, of course, but it does mean the world to me, and it does help the channel grow, and it does get us out there in the toy community, and I thank every single one of you guys for that. But I could ramble on about Cody Rhodes, and I could ramble on about finishing this story, but let's go ahead and take a look at the figure and finish the review. Alright guys, I know this is an older Elite figure, but let's go ahead and check out the box anyway. This is of course the Elite Series 103 Stardust figure, which is of course, as we all know, Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes' alter ego, he would probably rather forget. It's not, like I said, it's not from the finish of the story, but it's about midway of the story. This is probably chapter 6. But anyway, you can look at the older box treatment. Of course, the older Elite boxes did provide a larger window. You'll see Stardust in the box with the silver face paint and the Dusty Rhodes inspired outfit. You'll get a good picture of Cody as Stardust here at the bottom. Of course, you'll get the nameplate. On this side, of course, again, you'll get the Elite Series 103 in your true effects. Here you'll get Stardust written on the box, your WWE Authentic sticker, your Elite Collection logo. And on the back, of course, you'll get a blurb about Stardust. You can check this out. Of course, he is from the 5th dimension, 6'2", 220 pounds, and the finisher is Dark Matter. You look here, and of course, it does have a blurb where this specific gear was used. It was WrestleMania 32 with the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. You look down here, and here's the other characters from the wave. Of course, you get the almighty Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, of course, the Street Profits, Stardust, and Liv Morgan. Now, there is a blue version of this figure that is the Chase. I did not pick it up. Instead, I grabbed this one because I liked it a little bit better. And on this side, of course, you'll get the WWE logo, another picture of Stardust, and another Elite Collection in Series 103. If you look at the bottom, you get all the legalese you could ever want to digest, plus the barcode should you want that. I'll leave that up for a moment. And let's move on to the accessories. And accessories for Stardust. You will get a ladder and looks like a pair of mic holding hands. Now, you can turn these over, and they do have the star design painted on the inside of them that he generally has on the inside of his gloves. And I'll show you that here in a moment. But this really doesn't look very star-like in nature, so I think they kind of balked on the detail because of the way the hands are shaped. The ladder, of course, is polka-dotted like his outfit, and you can open the ladder up. It is nicely detailed, of course. And again, you open that up, and it does come out quite nicely here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. Alright guys, out of box we have Stardust, and of course you can see the detail on the inside of the hands painted quite nicely. I think these hands were specifically used for him, or maybe AJ Styles first. He does have the wrist gauntlets, and he does have the star on the outfit, but he also has the polka dots that his father sported. You come down here and you see the black boot details sculpted quite nicely. The face paint on this figure and the face detail is absolutely fantastic. And we all know face paint is toyetic and it sells the hell out of some action figures. The hair sculpt detail is great. You come around back, and of course, what's Dusty Rhodes' favorite times? The hard times, because they do breed better men, folks. And if you come down, of course, you'll get more polka dot detail. Stardust here is sporting the pinless elbows. Unfortunately, the legs are still pinned. But, again, for a pre-neck tattoo Cody, this isn't a bad figure. But it's like I said, I'm sure this is a gimmick Cody would rather forget, but I found it to be a really cool gimmick. It does have the standard articulation for elites. Of course, it's got the ab crunch, the waist rotation. It can do the splits, thigh cut, double jointed knees, boot cut, and ankle rock and ankle pivot. The arms do come out to a T, go all the way around, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and wrist rock and wrist rotation. The head can rotate all the way around and look up and down. It does click all the bells and whistles for a WWE Elite figure, folks, and it is really cool. Let's do some comparisons. Okay, guys, Cody Rhodes, Ric Flair, and The Undertaker would probably have these height differences, so this is pretty accurate. He would be a little shorter than Flair, and The Undertaker would be a little taller than Cody, so this is a fairly accurate representation. Let me get Taker out of here, and let me get Flair out of here, and we'll do another comparison. What we'll do is we'll actually take a look at a more modern type Cody Rhodes. Give me just a moment. Alright, we'll compare Cody to his Supreme Edition AEW counterpart, which is the more accurate version of Cody Rhodes that we see on WWE television today. We do know that he left AEW and went back to WWE to finish his story against Roman Reigns. This, of course, will happen on April 6th and April 7th. Who wins? Who knows? But hopefully the story is finished. So, again, pretty decent comparison. I still think the head sculpt on this one might be a little bit better, and I think Jax did a bigger bang-up job there. But WWE does use the true effects as well. So, I mean, it's just your preference. It's kind of a choose-your-own Cody Rhodes adventure at this point. Most people are looking for a more modern version of Cody, though. Let's move on to final thoughts. Alright, guys, we're going to do our final thoughts and score here. As far as head sculpt goes and everything else goes, this figure is a pretty big banger of a figure. If this is your specific era of Cody Rhodes, then that's fantastic. Again, I think I'm going to give him a 10. I mean, 10 out of 10 because we haven't gotten that many Stardust figures over the years. Mattel wore him out when he was Stardust, but nowadays you don't see this very often. So again, 10 out of 10 figure, guys. I'll leave a link below so you can grab one of your own. I thought he was pretty epic, and you may too. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me today and checking out the Mattel WWE Elite Series 103 Stardust figure. Now, I do know there was a blue variant of this figure, but just to be fair, I really like the color scheme on this figure because it is very reminiscent of his father, Dusty Rhodes. And I do think that's what it was meant to be. I think it was WrestleMania 32. He had the ladder match. You guys can check that out on, I guess, Peacock now, because I don't think the WWE Network still exists. But it was a banger of a match. It was really cool, and I don't know if that was Stardust's last appearance. It might have been. But, I mean, anyway, for what it matters, Stardust was a really cool character. Now, guys, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and leave a link down below so you can pick up one of these for yourself if you should want them. Or you're one of those Cody completionists out there, that's fine. And I will say this, we are getting super close to that 3,000 subscriber mark. So I'll reiterate from the beginning of the video, if you would like, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you know when I post more. That said, guys, I'm going to punch out. I'm going to enjoy this wonderful spring Easter weekend with some family tomorrow, and I will see you guys later.